guys, welcome to another F1 2021 My Team episode here on the ChesnoidPlays channel. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any more of this save. And of course, follow me on Twitch, link in the description down below, so you don't miss out on any of the streams as well, as this is a streamed series and then you guys get edited highlights on YouTube. It is Baku time. We raced at Monaco last time out and altered the difficulty slightly. We are going to be doing the same again here. We raced at 96 in Monaco after trying 100 as we used to do on previous iterations and finding that we weren't necessarily as competitive as was realistic on 100, as this game is harder than previous. So we dropped it to 96 for Monaco. I was probably a bit quick at Monaco for my usual self, so we've upped it to 98, and we'll see how 98 works in Baku. But of course, car damage is back at simulation now that we're out of Monaco, because my god, did I die multiple times every lap with simulation damage at Monaco. So that hopefully will be the sweet spot for the settings. Everything else is maximized. Obviously, forecast is approximate, so we don't know exactly what the weather is going to do. But we're here at the Baku, we're here on the day of the Baku Grand Prix. And I'm going to jump straight into the race weekend and dive straight into practice. Like I say, drop this video a like if you enjoy, subscribe if you haven't already. Check the channel page for anything you've missed earlier in this save. Of course, the main channel, Chesnoid Gaming, link down below to my FIFA channel. We could check anything you've missed there. But for now, I'm going to jump into the race weekend and I'll see you in the next edit. Whilst I say thank you to Datacomb Barry for the 10 bits. Thank you, dude. Don't send into the barriers. I will try. I will try my damnedest not to send it into the barriers. It's Baku time! Well, I say it's dry. It should be dry. It should be dry. Provided there's minimal chance of rain, which indeed there is. It might get a little bit cloudy at the back end of the race, but we should be okay weather-wise. We should be okay. Good. Well, everything is as we want it. I need to be beating MAZEPIN this time, though, if I can, hopefully. See, the R&D is in progress. We have some resource points, but we're saving those for another weight reduction. The engine cover, we're going to do that next. But I need the current chassis one to pass before I can add another, and that will pass midweek after this Grand Prix. And then once we've got the money, we can upgrade the facilities, of course, so that we can then do multiple upgrades at the same time. All of our parts are fine. We don't need to change any of those. Obviously, you can see the championship standings on your screen now. If you were curious, Mercedes have dominated so far. Obviously, in real life, the Red Bull is the better car this year. It's launch day as you see this, so there may be some patches in the next few weeks that alter the team performance slightly. But Alonso will be hoping for, well, Alpine in general will be hoping for no retirements on this occasion. Alonso has retired in every single Grand Prix so far, which is not too good. But right, let's jump into practice, try and get ourselves some resource points, and then we can upgrade yet further. Go to track, please. Okay. 141.8. So, according to the qualifying program,
we didn't get what we needed. We're going to have to run it again.
According to the qualifying program, I'm still going to qualify last on 98 difficulty. How long do they last? So, softs are 17, 31, and 39 laps. So the hards don't go that much further than the mediums. So the medium is definitely going to be the best race time, and you're going to want to stay well clear of those hards. Well clear of the hards. Okay, we've got 400 to 600 resource points, so I think that's a pretty successful, in fact, one of our most successful practice programs of the save so far. Resource points in the bag. Thank you very much indeed.
It's time to remind ourselves of our top three, who are Bottas, Ricardo, and Sergio
Ilott was 4/10 faster
and if
than me.
today's practice is anything to go by,
we'll wait and see what happens in quali, but I'm not sure whether 98. Initially I was like, okay, 98 might be all right when we did the first two programs, but then we did the quali one, and it was like, oh, you're going to be dead slow. I was like, okay, so is this the right difficulty level or is this not the right difficulty level? We're going to get 700 resource points from that. Thank you, Callum, for doing your part. 2,000 now in the bag. We need to be acclaim level 2 to be able to get more sponsors on the car. Sorry, claim level 10, not claim level 2. It needs to be a claim level 10 to get a second sponsor on the car. So let's wait and see how qualifying goes, and if we do feel like we need to adjust the difficulty again from there, then I will do before the race. But this will be a good gauge of whether we are or are not in the right place with that 98 difficulty now. Thank you for the bit, Tombo. In F1 2020, when in Baku, you were told you were qualified P21 and got pole. Don't take that as gospel. Yeah, no, I'm not. Jorda's gifted 2 subs to the channel. Thank you, mate. Annoying Midget and Ollie Plays. Welcome to the Chesnians. You're in. We did a 141.8 in practice. We do a 139.7. 139.7 in Q1 as our first run. Not bad. That was about what the practice program was asking for, wasn't it? Bottas is 2 seconds faster than me, but that is faster than Mazepin. Right, let me go and actually just put another set of tyres on first, so that we can just nip out if we feel like we need to. And we'll see where we drop to. P16. P16 after 1 run. 0.6 faster than my teammate. Oh, the AI aren't that strong here, are they not? If the AI aren't that strong here, then we'll leave it at 98 then. Or I'll up it to 100 then. Maybe we'll just have to fluctuate between Grand Prix. Like the emphasis on the... I mean, you can't say yeet without saying it like that, can you really? Otherwise, you're not really eating properly. I'm going to set a pretty similar lap time. I'm just above a 10th slower than my first run. And we were P17 at the beginning of that. Oh, sorry, we were P16 at the beginning of that lap. P17 halfway round it. We actually qualify in P... Can't see yet. In P17. I just miss out by 0.03 of a second on getting through to Q2. Callum Islet is slow here. Callum Islet is slow here, and I'm not sure why. Thanks for following, Matty. That's slightly frustrating. Callum has been one of the quicker of the back 4 teams. Williams, ourselves, Alfa Romeo and Haas. He's been one of the quicker, but he's obviously not quite on it here in Baku. So this weekend, TJ, they're trialling a new system. So qualifying today is to determine the grid for Sprints 550, is it, Tomasi? Qualifying today is to determine the grid for tomorrow on Saturday, which will be a sprint race, which is 100 kilometers long. A normal race is 300 kilometers long. So it's a sprint race which should last about half an hour. And then the finishing standings in the sprint race will determine the grid for the full race on Sunday. So it's just a new way of determining who starts where on the grid. So 1 practice session on a Friday, qualifying on a Friday for a shorter sprint race on Saturday, which then will determine the grid for the full race on Sunday. It's kind of a way to trial maybe a way that will mix up the order for the full race. It's a 17-lap sprint race, is it? Oh, there is FP2 at noon tomorrow, is there as well? Thanks for the follow, Stanny boys. It's just a trial. I'm not sure if it's going to work that well. It's more the cost-saving measures that, or the cost-causing measures that mean that I'm kind of leaning away from it. But we'll see. We'll see if it's more entertaining. But yes, we basically get 33% more actual on-track racing. So Ocon and Russell incurring a penalty, meaning they'll start at the back. The 2 Hasses are the only ones starting on the mediums, other than Lewis, Valtteri, and Daniel Ricciardo, that were strong enough on their pace to go onto a medium tyre in Q2. Now, what does that mean for our race strategy? It reckons we're good enough on tyres to do a 2-stop and go medium, medium, soft. I am on board with that. I'm absolutely down for medium, medium, soft. Fuel-wise, I still expect us to get lapped, so I'll drop it to like 51.7. But it's probably going to be quite fuel-intensive. I'll go 51.8. Right, I think that's probably us set ready for a Grand Prix. Formation lap done. Time to hopefully have a decent race. The Baku Special is the equivalent of this race day last game. Yeah, we won our first Grand Prix at Baku in Season 2 on my team. We did have an incredible fight back in Season 1 at Baku last year to earn ourselves some points. But that was a bit later in the calendar. Oh, I was slightly late there off the lights. Oh my god, Giovinazzi's just gone. But we've managed to go around the outside of the other Alpha, have we? I've still got him on the inside there, look. There's Kimi. Now he's on soft, so he's going to be difficult to deal with. He's got the inside line for the turn, and he's past me. But I have Mazepin on mediums behind me. So provided I still have a... Don't even think about getting up the inside there, pal. As long as I still have a medium runner behind me, we should be okay to keep them behind, I hope. Sticking with the soft runners in front is probably going to be quite difficult. But we're playing the long game, aren't we? Whoa, dearie me. I got all sorts of out of shape there. All sorts of out of shape. Hamilton's in the pits already. Lewis Hamilton must have damage. Lewis Hamilton pitting on lap 2. He must have damage, surely. There's no way Lewis just pits on lap 2 for no reason. I can't see any. Can you guys see any damage on the car there? I can't see any damage. Unless because he's done his stop already. Unless because he'd done his stop already. Yeah, front wing damage. There you go. He must have done his stop already, so it was showing the version of the car that was post pit stop. He has had a front wing change. That will pretty much ruin his chances of winning, especially the fact that he's gone onto a set of softs now as well. I'm surprised he's gone onto softs, because now he's effectively on the same strategy as those that were originally behind him at the start, from 4th place down, and now he'll still have to do extra stops. Would you not put the hard tyre on and just try and go as long as possible?
When you were within 1 second of the
Giovinazzi in P13. Giovinazzi in P13 just putting the fastest lap of the race so far. That doesn't help when we're trying to catch those in front, does it really? They're going to have DRS now. Gee, with the fastest lap's outrageous. Now we're probably going to lose the place to Mazepin now, because he will have DRS and just fly. I'm using my ERS as best I can, but I can't use all of it. Here comes Mazepin. I'm not going to need to go too defensive. But you see how that DRS train is just pulling away in front of us now. That's why I'm thinking I need to move to softs on the next stop. Lewis just put in the fastest lap of the race. He's trying to catch everybody up now. But that group in front are quite literally just going to disappear. Oh god, the cars keep stepping on me in the bottom of the castle section. That's so off-putting. I am literally holding up so many drivers right now. I'm the bottleneck in a massive chain. I'm not going to be able to defend this, even with the RS. We might even be 3 wide. I want to try and tuck into his slipstream a bit. I'm going to lose 2 places in 1 corner. I'll try a switchback on Callum, and that could work really well, actually, and has worked beautifully. So we've kept P16 ahead of our teammate, who's now gone to try and go up the inside of me, but we'll say no to that. Got DRS on Mazepin. That was a nice little switchback on Callum. I enjoyed that. Keeping the possession. Now he's battling with Mick Schumacher behind as well. I just need to try and stay with Mazepin, because we're on the same tyres, so we're basically on the same strategy at the moment. Please give me DRS. Please give me DRS. We're going to have DRS. Oh. just sticking with Mazepin is going to be important now. Mick is now the bottle at the top of the Mick is now the blockade at the top of the bottle. Oh god, I've gone deep there, haven't I? Bloody hell, Ches, what are you doing? First time I've had DRS on the straight. Didn't really get my braking point right, did I? He was all over the back of me for the majority of the time that he was behind, but he's not quick enough to pull away, which is crucial. Thank you for the follow, Maka and Lucas. Welcome to the channel, lads. Now, where the other soft runners stop for their mediums, for their first stop, is going to give us an idea of how far we can go on our last set at the end of the Grand Prix and how long they'll last. Lewis is now back up to P18 and 4 seconds behind us and half a second behind Callum. So Lewis is on that recovery charge. Oh, he's already gotten Callum. I was going to say he'll no doubt take Callum next lap if he is still right behind him, but he's already taken Callum. But yes, Norris is currently, well spotted, Norris is currently in P1. Daniel Ricciardo even. Daniel Ricciardo is P1 and leading the Grand Prix. He's taken Valtteri Bottas. Well spotted. Leclerc's in the pit. So the front runners are pitting for new tyres on lap 10. Mazepin's gone defensive. Oh, he had a little jink there and that's completely thrown me. And then he gave me no space. Mazepin has given me no space there whatsoever. See? He jinked there. Look, I'm coming up his inside. And he's jinked right. So I'm coming up his... He jinks right, then goes left again. So he's already tried to potentially squeeze me into the wall. Decides against it. Hits the apex well enough. But just quite frankly doesn't let me back on the track. Doesn't leave a... He just doesn't let me back on the track. I mean, how am I supposed to fit through that gap, Nikita? Just put me straight in a wall. So I don't even know where to... That's my fault. It was his corner. I'm not sure, Fipsy. I mean, I've run wide, yeah, but he's got to leave me space to get back on the track. I mean, I've run wide, but what else am I supposed to do here? Other than try and rejoin the track. Reckon I need to brake and leave him the position? What, you reckon I need to do that? Maybe, but I still think he should leave me. I still think he should leave me space there. Maybe it was my fault. Maybe I should have just waited to come back onto the track, but I don't know. I'm still a bit cheesed off the Nikita. He could have at least left a little bit of room. I wouldn't have kept the position, or I would have had to hand the position back to him had I stayed in front. So Lewis is going to take me here, and there's nothing I can do about it. Bye, Lewis. But he's taken me so early that even with DRS, I'll probably sit in his slipstream and calm down and keep up with him. Some other cars in the pits and coming out of them now. Callum's in the pits now on lap 12.
Callum is in the pits.
Yes, we're not going to be able to stretch the final soft set much at all, because that's going to end up being an 11 lap stint at the end of the Grand Prix. So I'm going to have to basically stick almost exactly to the. I'm going to have to stick almost exactly to the pit strategy. But for the very first time ever, thanks to those pit stops and our at least long initial stint on the mediums, we are actually running in a points-paying position. A Chesnoid Racing F1 car is in P10. Stroll is behind me, Leclerc is right behind him. So Stroll will get me here, and literally I'm not going to fight it again. It'll be the same as Lewis. Lewis is now about to take Mazepin up in front of us. Lewis is up into P8 ahead of Mazepin. I'm going to pull into Stroll's DRS, or sorry, slipstream, but Leclerc's going to get me too. And we've got Vettel and Sainz. Another Aston Martin Ferrari double behind us. If Sebi's to win another race in his F1 career, it would have to be through, you know, extenuating circumstances. But he's got a P2 in that Aston Martin, so there's no reason why not. If the right circumstances arise. Right, now these guys are probably going to get... Well, I was hoping they'd be a little bit more caught behind Mazepin than they are. He's already going for it here on me. Let's get out of the threat of this. That was super brave from Seb. Just went for it then, didn't he?
Come on, you can win that place back.
Now here comes Carlos Sainz. Oh, I've got DRS. I'm gonna leave Sainz in racing room, but use Vettel as a robot. Vettel's gone super defensive. I'm gonna go super attacking and try and hang it around the inside. That's not gonna work. So I have still lost 2 places there. Down to P11 and out of the points. But we went up a place because someone else was in the pits there, I think. A couple others were in the pits. Mazepin's been taken by 2 on that straight, just as I was. At least I'm not the only one to get double overtaken. You can see the gap to Raikkonen and Alonso just dropping. Only half a second to Alonso and only another half second from him back to Raikkonen. So expect me to get double overtaken again. Kimi's got a car right behind him as well. I'm not sure who it is. Might be Giovinazzi, to be fair. No, it's an Alpha Tauri. It looks like it's probably going to be Gasly. Indeed it is. Alonso runs me close to the wall. I'll get in his slipstream and try and fight back a little bit. As Lewis sets the fastest lap of the race again on his brand new set of tyres. Oh, Kimi on my inside. Are you sure? Are you actually sure? So they've gone 3 wide in here. Gasly's gone for it on Raikkonen. Raikkonen's gone to avoid me. He's turned for the corner early. He's turned there and hit Gasly, and then they've both just careered straight on into me and put me in a wall. Cheers, lads! It's down to P14. Chasing Raikkonen. 3 laps till we pit. 3 laps till we pit. Thanks for follow, One True Legend. Welcome to the channel, mate. Gap to Mazepin is 3.2 in front, but Raikkonen will take him here on this straight, you'd imagine. Just as Lewis will take me on this straight. Bye, Bish. Give me that slipstream, Bish. Comes Gio.
We lost the position. Try to keep
Here comes
focused.
Tsunoda. I timed that wrong. Timed that awfully. I tried to react to when they broke, and I didn't do it quickly enough. What's Mazepin doing all the way over there? What was Mazepin doing all the way over there? Did Lewis took him around the outside. He's hit the wall again. Oh, Mazepin spun. Jesus, Lewis is getting super aggressive. I know they said that the AI was a lot more aggressive this year, but wow. That's so aggressive, it sent Mazepin into a spin. Thanks for the follow, Ash and Joris Bonson, Vinny, Ethan, and Canada. Welcome to the channel, lads. So Lewis has gone for it up the outside here. Mazepin's got caught on the curb, then collected Lewis. Lewis then hits the wall and presumably damages his wing again. Has he gotten away with it? I think Lewis has gotten away with it. And then Mazepin is just going to spin. That'll be a good thumbnail. Let's take a picture of that, shall we? You think that's Mazepin's fault as well? I think that's Mazepin's fault as well. Thank you for the bits, Tombo. Always think of the thumbnail. Or you've always got to think of the thumbnail. Right, let me just Elgato pick that. Oh, Yuki's going for it. I think Mazepin's pitting here, isn't he? Is he not? No. So Yuki's got DRS. What's Mazepin going to do? He's going to go defensive. I'm going to try and follow Yuki through.
This lap. Give us the best in lap you can.
Do a switch back on Mazepin. Is that going to work? Hold the inside line here. Leave him racing room. And we are through against Mazepin. Right. Boxing this lap for another set of mediums. Lewis is in the pits again. He stopped again because of presumably some damage. Lewis's race is absolutely ruined. Mazepin is ruining everybody's race. He may well have had floor damage. I can check the race director and see what he pit for. I didn't actually check. We thought maybe that Lewis had gotten away with it, but let's have a look and see what the race director says. Pit stops. Callum stopped for front wing damage. That's why he stopped early. Although everybody else was stopping on those softs around about 11 laps. Yet Lewis pit for more front wing damage. Mick with front wing damage. Ocon with front wing damage. It's pretty mental. I am remembering my overtake, don't worry. I'm cautious not to go too fast into some corners. Oh, that was awful. I think it might just be that the AI are super strong in Spain. I may even go back up to 100 for the next Grand Prix in Canada, although Canada isn't necessarily normally my best of tracks either. So I'm not sure what to do for Canada. But Mazepin has stayed out on those mediums and is going a lap longer. We'll try. It's not technically an undercut because he was already behind me, but 1.9 second stop. Lads, that's a world record, pal.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
I will try and extend the gap on Mazepin now. So I need a banging outlap here. I need a really quick outlap. We've got Russell and Ocon right behind us now, who've made their first stop. They, of course, had penalties at the start of the Grand Prix. Or penalties from qualifying, so it started at the back of the Grand Prix. Back of the field. They're up to 18th and 19th now. And I just need a great outlap to try and pull away from Nikita Mazepin, if possible. So we're actually pulling away from Russell and Ocon here. When did they pit for their... When did they pit for their tyres? I'm curious to know how old their tyres are. I could ask... If it were real life, I could ask Jeff. They went soft medium, so they've been on those tyres for a little while. They pit on lap 12 for those tyres. Well, Russell did anyway. Ocon pit on lap 13. I've pit on lap 20. So the medium tyres that they're on are actually about 8 or 9 laps, about 7 or 8 laps old now. So on this fresh set, it would perhaps be expected for us to pull away a little bit. Mazepin now in the pits. We'll take Mazepin in the pits. Move back up into P16, which I think is probably, provided there's no further drama, probably where we'll end the race, P16. But there could yet be further drama. Definitely faster than Russell and Ocon on those mediums. And I imagine Yuki's probably faster than us, even though he's on some more worn mediums. Gap's 20.1. Keep an eye on that. If we start to close on Yuki, then maybe we might be able to grab an extra position by the end of the Grand Prix. Yikes. By the end of the Grand Prix. Front is McLaren from Red Bull, but only because Valtteri's pit, I believe. I believe it's because Valtteri's pit. I might be mistaken, but I think it's because Valtteri... Valtteri's pit and he's gone medium. So that's why the others are faster. Danny Rick has gone medium soft. So Valtteri's playing the long game. Valtteri will be rapid at the end of the Grand Prix. So expect Valtteri to still win, even though he's currently P5. I expect Valtteri to still win this Grand Prix, even though he's currently P5. Checo will go to mediums next. Ricciardo's gone medium soft and will go mediums again at the end. And both Lando and Max will go soft, medium, medium. We're doing what Bottas is doing. Mazepin is doing the same. But curiously, Mick has gone medium soft. So there's only 3 of us going medium, medium. I think it depends. I'm not too sure yet where we'll finish. It depends how the gap goes with Yuki. If we're able to slowly eat away at the gap to Yuki, then maybe on the softs at the end of the race we could pick up another position or 2. Maybe. But at the minute, you'd say we'd finish 16th, but don't rule out a higher up finish just yet. Valtteri Bottas sets the fastest lap of the race. Trying to close them all down. Actually, Bottas is past one of the Red Bulls. Look, if you look at the top right of the mini-map, Bottas is past one of the Red Bulls. And he's about to have a crack at one of the other Red Bulls as well. Valtteri is still firm favourite. Firm favourite for this Grand Prix, Valtteri Bottas. So we're in a little bit of no man's land at the minute. Pulling away from Ocon and... Well, actually, Ocon's past Russell. Ocon's past Russell behind. I don't know whether Esteban will actually close me up in that Alpine. He may well do. But we've got a big gap in front. And a good enough gap behind. But that gap in front, I'm hoping, not to Lewis, to Yuki Tsunoda and the 2 Alfa Romeos, I'm hoping to be able to close that down come the end of the Grand Prix on my softs. Maybe. If I can just keep him about 20 seconds away and then catch it about 2 seconds a lap for the final 11 laps, we might well get lucky. My rear wing is just because my DRS isn't working. That's why my rear wing is currently coloured orange in the... Lando Norris is out of the session.
They are out of the race.
Oh, Devo for Lando was running in a podium position. Oh, his engine's gone bang. Lando, no! It's broken! It's broken, Lando! Out of the Grand Prix! That shouldn't need a safety car or a VSC parked there. I wouldn't have thought. If it were real life, they probably would. But I don't think they will in the game, because his car can quite frankly just disappear. Right, Lewis should take Gio here, and he may well take Yuki as well. Lewis passed Giovinazzi there, as you can see. Is he going to take Yuki as well? I'm not sure. I can't look at the minimap a minute, otherwise I'll hit a wall. Might hit a wall anyway. No, he's not gotten past Yuki, but he might do in the next DRS zone, down between turn 2 and turn 3. You see top right of the minimap. 3 of them.
Okay, gap ahead is 19.1 seconds.
No, he's not past Yuki yet, but if they can all battle each other, that'd be bloody lovely and just slow everyone down. Thanks for the follow, Cheg. Now, what could be vital is that the gap between Gio and Tsunoda is more than a second. More than a second, meaning he won't have DRS and hopefully will fall backwards. Hopefully will fall backwards. Thanks for the follow, Tegel. And a bit from Chronux as well. I'll read that in a moment, man. Let me get through turn 2. Hits a wall and then flashback. I do know I'm literally... Your bit said, Ches, you know you're not supposed to hit the wall right. And then, by being distracted by the bit, hit another bloody wall. Lewis is in the pits again. For the 4th time? 5th time? What's he going to? Mediums. Okay, so Lewis is pit for the 5th and final time. Sorry, 4th and final time. Onto his 5th set of tyres, and those mediums will take him to the end now. If you go exclamation mark assists, check exclamation mark assists, and you'll be able to see. So we're basically on our soft tyres at the end of the Grand Prix, going to have to close up an entire pit stop and more to catch Kimi Raikkonen. which I don't think is going to happen. Callum's in the pits for his second and final stop.
Callum is coming in for his stop.
Giovinazzi and Tsunoda have now pit and come out right in front of me. Meaning, quite literally, we are a entire pit stop behind the cars that were in front. But hopefully now I should be able to stick with them, or at least close enough to them, until my pit stop for my soft tyres in 6 laps time. We're stopping on lap 39, of course. Actually, no, they're just disappearing. Okay, fair enough. So we're stopping in 4 laps time to switch to our set of softs. But they are going to have to be absolutely rapid for us to catch the cars in front. I'll give it a damn good go, but I'm not sure it's going to happen. Thanks for the follow, Owen. The thing that gets me, and I've said this multiple times, so apologies if you heard me say this before in the most recent 3 or 4 streams. The thing that gets me with the sprint racing is obviously there is a massive amount more opportunity for cars to come off the track and for damage to be caused to the cars in crashes, in spins, just in general more time driving in anger over the curbs and with other drivers around them, meaning that costs will go up dramatically from racing incidents. And if they're wanting to introduce a cost cap to try and limit the spending of the sides of the teams, then that's going to be counterintuitive. Can't say you're only allowed to spend this amount of money, but you may end up incurring hundreds of thousands of pounds worth extra damage from an extra Grand Prix.
Caution.
A yellow flag somewhere in Sector 1, and that is an Alfa Romeo moving slowly. It's Antonio Giovinazzi. Did he go bang? He did. Giovinazzi's engine has gone pop. So we will gain an extra position, but not because we've overtaken him on track, because he's actually had to retire. Because he's had to retire. Giovinazzi is out of this Grand Prix. And we are in for our next stop. Thank you very much for the follow, Simarus and Briscath. The teams and FIA agreed some compensation for the sprint races in case of damages. I think it was 150k per sprint race. Okay. In that case, Ali, I was unaware of that. In that case, I'd say yes.
See these tyres through to the end now.
I reckon it could be pretty decent. There you go. There's Valtteri Bottas. Go on, Valtteri. I'm moving out of the way for you, pal. Go. My God.
Green flag.
If I'm now faster than Bottas, I'm going to be pissed off because I've just slowed up loads to let him through. Mazepin's only 1.1 seconds behind me now. I might end up unlapping myself to Bottas here. The gap to Tsunoda is 34. I'll be honest, lads, in 11 laps, I'm not closing a 34-second gap. The charge is now on to catch Ocon and get ourselves back up to P14, where we were after Giovinazzi crashed. Well, after Giovinazzi retired, sorry. Although technically, I guess, we never actually left P15. We qualified. Bottas is pitting again. Okay, so we will not get lapped before the end of the Grand Prix then.
Our gap to the car in front is 7.4 seconds.
Although he's going to be going on to softs. We may well, actually. Bottas is probably going to be a lot quicker on his softs than I am on mine. Got Russell just 3 seconds behind me. Thanks for the follow, JD and Naughty Elbow. Did I read that right? I'm not sure. I glanced at it. Naughty Eyebrow, sorry. Wrong body part. That Alpine on relatively fresh mediums is actually faster than me on fresh softs. Me giving it the big one, being like, oh, maybe we'll try and catch Tsunoda. And actually, I've got more chance of not catching Ocon. I can see him. He's there, look. Right in the very distance, in the haze. Alonso is still running, yes. The only retirees so far, Lando Norris and Antonio Giovinazzi. For those of you that are relatively new, Alonso, this is race 4. And Alonso was retired in every single Grand Prix so far, unfortunately for him. Unfortunately for us, don't think we're going to be catching Esteban either. The strategy we went with was probably our fastest way to get to the end. We have been lapped, which annoyingly means we have a lap less to catch Esteban. And I don't even know if Valtteri will catch him. So we will only go to lap 50. Oh, got blue flags again.
Blue
Danny!
flag.
Daniel, go away. So Valtteri will win the race. And we've got loads of resource points to spend. So as soon as the race ends, don't go anywhere because we need to go and spend those resource points on upgrading the car and ensuring that the car is quicker in future races.
Clear it up in time and there are no plans for a safety car right now.
But there has been a safety car in every single Azerbaijani Grand Prix in real life. But there is no safety car in this Grand Prix as... Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, Valtteri. Bottas wins the race. Congratulations, Valtteri. We will finish P15, which is, I believe, our best finish of the season. Our best finish of the season, I think. 2 retirements, those being Lando Norris, oh, Ocon got driver of the day. Lando Norris retired and Antonio Giovinazzi retired, so even though we finished P15, we're effectively the 17th fastest car. Thank you for the follow, Butler, Wary, and Sherwood Sunflower. So, it will be Valtteri from Danny Rick. From, I'm not sure actually who came third. Obviously, Lewis had 2 incidences that led to him having to pit for a new front wing. One on the very first lap, and one in a coming together with Nikita Mazepin later in the Grand Prix. Again, Ben, an engineer in the Mercedes garage, celebrating with the rest of the team. Valtteri, oh, it was Max. Max finished in P3. I haven't noticed safety cars being bugged in my save, 1, 2, 3. We had a safety car in Spain. But yeah, Valtteri winning back-to-back street races. He is strong in Baku in real life, isn't he? But in Monaco, he always does really well on the game. So we'll get a few more levels. In fact, only maybe 1 level for the podium pass. Maybe we'll sneak a second, because we were so close, we will sneak a second. So up to level 20 in the podium pass. So we've got another livery there. It's all black by the looks of things. Just a complete blackout livery.
Standings. Valtteri Bottas passes his rival to take over the lead of the Drivers' Championship.
Valtteri now leads the Drivers' standings thanks to Lewis's lack of point scoring. He came 9th in the end, Lewis.
He's just so gifted at
a recovery drive to 9th. If he hadn't had the extra pit stop, he could absolutely finish 5th. If he hadn't had the coming together with Nikita Mazepin, he would have come 5th. Lance from 10th to 6th, Seb from 9th to 7th, Lewis from 1st to 9th. And Ocon got driver of the day, 21st to 14th. Obviously, he and George Russell both had penalties, which took them to the back of the grid for the start. We go from 15th to 15th. And Callum Ilott goes from 19th to 18th, so he moves up at least. That was on 99 difficulty. I think 100 might just be fine, you know. I think the AI were just that damned fast in Spain that it threw us. I'll leave it on 99 for Canada. And see how we get on there. But if we're... Because Canada's not really one of my strongest circuits, personally. So I might actually underperform at Canada. We're up to acclaim level 6. We'll get some money. I didn't get any interviews. Nobody wanted to interview me. So I didn't get the bonus from our sponsor. 15 bits from Guy. Thank you, mate. Not a bad finish. Could have been worse. Could have been better. Yeah, definitely. We have £2 million then in the kitty now. Would have been nice to get that bonus from the second sponsor, but it wasn't to be, unfortunately. Yeah, the AI are always super strong at Spain. Super strong. The Canadian Grand Prix is literally in 3 days' time. So we have the opportunity to do one activity. And I think what I'm going to do is train the focus and pace of our second driver, Callum Ilott. Now, I still can't upgrade the fabrication. I can do the build time of my chassis parts, but I can't do the fabrication. I think I want to wait for fabrication, you know. I think I want to wait for fabrication because I want to have simultaneous because we've got the resource points. So we're going to have simultaneous things going on at the same time, and I can't do that yet. But in the R&D... Oh, can I do that now? When does that come? Oh, that R&D piece finishes on the 10th. Oh, on the 9th. Good. On the 9th. So, if we advance to the... Oh, yeah, you can see there it says monocoque structure. We've got an event. This department has requested your attendance at today's meeting to help them resolve an issue. The team has requested ILOT's presence at a recurring meeting, but it conflicts with a couple of other items on their calendar. We know there are a lot of demands on their time, but it's vital that we have their input to aid our design. We should consider freeing up their schedule a little bit. His experience will go down, but aerodynamics morale will go up. Or aerodynamics morale goes down and his experience goes up. I'm going to agree. I'm going to agree because I'm about to put on a couple of aerodynamics upgrades with the R&D, so I want their morale to be high. Please pass. No, the monocoque structure failed.
Production line earlier this week, so the entire development package for this weekend has failed. Any redevelopments will need to be ordered from the R&D screen.
God damn it. That's going to take another 2 weeks to come. It will be done before the French Grand Prix at least, but that means I still can't do my engine cover. I need that to pass so I could do my engine cover. That's infuriating. So we will continue to upgrade the rest of the car. I'm going to do my rear wing outer strakes. That will be done after the French Grand Prix. And I'm actually going to do the gurney flap as well to the front wing. That will be done after the French Grand Prix as well. And we can do 2 aerodynamics parts at the same time because our R&D department is... our facility is at the next stage. You can see fabrication and build time are both already step 1, whereas they're not with the chassis. I'm going to save my money to improve the fabrication of the chassis next time out. What we might need to adjust some of our parts soon as well. 52% on the turbocharger and 52% on the ICE. Remind me when we do the next Grand Prix that I'll do practice on the ICE and the turbocharger, but quali in the race I'll do on fresh components of those two. Fresh ICE and fresh turbocharger for the next Grand Prix, which will be at Canada, which will be important because obviously in Canada it is a power dependent circuit. So for this part of the stream and for the YouTube video, that will be all. The stream will continue, so don't go anywhere, Twitch people. Thank you very much for watching the YouTube video. Drop the video a like if you've enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more content here on the ChesnoidPlays channel. And of course, make sure you're following me on Twitch. Link in the description down below so you come across and follow me there as well. But for the YouTube video, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.